Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills on a 10-minute take. That's the idea this week, Freddie.
Yes.
We're going to get into each game. We're going to just basically say who we're picking and why. We're going to do 5 games.
2 minutes each, the real 2-minute drill. Tarek's timing us in the background. Let's do this.
Okay, let's start with Arroyo, number 1 seed in Division 12. They are 10-1, going to Sure on Friday night, and Sure is 8-3. Who do you like and why?
I like Arroyo, Aram, and I'll tell you why. One, they beat Burbank last week, and that was, to me, the game that they had to sneak by. That was the scary first-round game for them. And now I think they're playing a like team, a team they're sort of familiar with, and I think this is going to be great for Jim Singheiser. Tough thing for them is having to go to Sure to get that victory because it's going to be electric there. They're always a tough team to beat on their home surface, but I like Arroyo. I've liked Arroyo from the beginning to go deep this year. This is going to be an extremely close game, Aram, but I'm taking Arroyo in a less than 7-point game on the road. And Jimmy Escarcega, who last videotaped this game a couple of years ago, is going to be there for this game again to bring us all the highlights.
Right, and I'll be out there covering it.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Sure in this matchup, Freddie, but if you ask me tomorrow, I'm sure I'll switch it to Arroyo. But
sure.
for now, I'm going to, for sure, I'm
sure.
going to ask. I'm going to go with Sure and just, I've seen both of these teams play. It's a total toss-up. Anything is possible in this game, but I like the skill guys that Sure has. Aguero, the QB, Rangel, the running back, does it all. Bab, the receiver on the outside. Give me Sure here. I think it's a little bit of a shootout, 35-34 type game. But I think
1
that
point. Yeah, I have it within 7.
I think that the Almont League was a slightly better league this year than the Mission Valley.
Okay.
Okay, now let's move on. We're going to go to a rematch of last year's Southeast Division Championship game. That was between La Mirada and Lucerna. Here we go again. Number 1 seed La Mirada hosting Lucerna. They are hosting, right?
Yes.
This is Division 3 now that we're talking about. What a great matchup of 2 area teams, Freddie, that have a ton of success. You know, we know all the CIF finals and even the championship that Lucerna won recently. We know that La Mirada is a defending state champ. La Mirada enters this game with a record of 9-2. Lucerna is 8-3. Let's get into this.
It took you 2 minutes just to set it up, but hey.
Okay, so
I like La Mirada, Aram. I just think when I look at these 2 programs, you know, they've been so great for the Whittier area, and they've brought championships and pride to that area. But if I'm looking at the 2 programs right now, I'm seeing La Mirada just start to kind of pull away a little bit. We saw it last year in the championship game where they were able to get it done, go on and win a state championship. And I still think they're the team to beat out in the Whittier area. I still like Mike Machete and company. I think it's going to be another great game because these schools are so close. They hate each other so much. They've built up such a rivalry. There's a lot of pride in these 2 schools. Expect an incredible atmosphere. But I like La Mirada. I just think they're a little better at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm
Too bad they're meeting this early too.
La Mirada just as good at the line of scrimmage as Lucerna, if not better. La Mirada, the better overall speed. La Mirada, the more reliable quarterback play with Tristan Meyer under center. Lucerna, certainly a very tough brand of football. La Mirada's had the better strength of schedule. La Mirada's just a cut above. I agree. Give me La Mirada in this game. Let's move on. Northview, Freddie. This is a team that you feel has a very, very big chance at a CIF championship this season. Even though you pick against them here and there, they kind of.
Only the Charter Oak game earlier. No, I actually picked them to win. I picked San Dimas to beat them.
Right, and they kind of gave
let
you
me
heat about
have that.
But
now that's my team. Those are my boys. Comstock and Ayers. Those are my guys.
Okay, well they'll be there at District Field as will you, I believe. On Friday night, Northview 10-1 hosting Burbank, a solid team out of the Pacific League, 8-3. Who do you like and why?
Yeah, I just think Northview right now. Chino I thought was going to be a
danger spot,
danger first round game, and they were able to handle that really easy, run all over them. I just think Northview right now, and I've seen it because I live close to District Field. I've been able to see them now a couple of times. But Stephen Comstock and Antoine Ayers have got going on right now is something special, Aram. The way that they hook up, they do just enough running to make it all work, to keep it all honest. Defensively, if you look what they've been doing, they've been shutting down teams. They are on a roll right now. And I don't see anything, I'm going to have to look at matchups later down the line, but this isn't one that's going to stop them. They are going to beat Burbank. I know Burbank's a pretty decent school. Northview's going to take care of them on Friday night, and I'm going to be there, and I don't even think it's going to be a close game.
I tell you what, it's going to be a close
I think they're
game.
going to beat them by at least 2 touchdowns. When I say not close, I don't mean they're going to beat them by 30 points. I think it's going to be 14 or more.
It could be, but I think this is going to be even closer than that. I will go with Northview also in this game, but Burbank, if they won this game, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Burbank has, they've seen speed, they've seen physicality in the Pacific League. Burbank plays a very grinding style. And, Northview did a good job against that style last week against Chino, so that's a good sign. But Burbank does it better, I think, probably this year than Chino. They just find a way to grind their way into these games.
I'm not convinced with the Pacific League teams.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, Burbank was able to beat Arcadia. I think, they beat Burroughs. They've been on the field with teams that Northview wouldn't out-talent by much, so they've been on the field with good talent.
Okay, Tarek's trying to wrap it up. That's 2 minutes.
So,
I got Northview, you got Northview.
Okay, we both got Northview. We disagree on how close or not. Los Altos, D1's top team, they are playing one of the biggest public schools, if not the biggest, in SoCal, Paramount. This game is at Paramount.
Covina Montebello.
Oh, we'll go with Los Altos, and then we'll get back to Covina.
We're doing Los Altos, my bad.
Los Altos, Paramount. In D6, Freddie, who do you like and why? This is at Paramount.
Yeah, I think this is probably of the 5 games is going to be the easiest for me because I think Los Altos is going to roll in this game too, Aram.
Disagree.
Do you really?
Yes.
Who's going to stop Nevins? I mean, he's just been unbelievable on fire. Their defense, again, this past week, their defense played well again. It's hard not knowing, let me be fair, not knowing these other teams, and this was going to be the problem when we got to these playoffs, is we don't get to see these teams. We're just looking at what they do on paper, and you tend to fall in love with your local teams because you see them so much and see them play so well. I just can't envision second round a team like Los Altos going out right now as well as they're playing. I'm taking LA.
I had a little problem with the whole role thing because Paramount comes from the San Gabriel Valley League, Freddie, which also produced Downey.
Yeah.
We know how good Downey is.
You're right. Maybe you're right.
This Paramount team is no joke. They have talent. They have size. They are not going to be pushed around as easily at the line of scrimmage as San Marino was. So Nevins better be on his game. Yeah, I agree.
What's their record?
They're 8-3. I agree that Los Altos should be favored, but this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. Los Altos will be tested.
Come on, LA.
I pick them too.
I just don't see LA losing this game.
All right, fair enough. Hey, that's what the second round of the playoffs is for. Okay, so let's now close it up with another good local versus local matchup. This is Covina playing Montebello. We talked about Arroyo Sure already.
Yeah,
here's another very good
Division 11, right?
Yeah.
Or Division 9, or Division 11.
And this is a Thursday night game,
Yeah,
Freddie.
Thursday night game.
And so I think maybe
there.
you and I will both be out there.
I'm going to go watch that game.
Montebello 10-1. One of the teams in this division that is considered to be one of the favorites. This is Division 11 we're talking about. Montebello just not giving up much in the way of points. Covina went on the road last week, got that squeaker win
in overtime.
18-17. Who do you got and why?
Yeah, I think I'm going to probably take Montebello, Aram. I think this is what Division 11 was created for teams like this. Covina, who finishes third in the Valley Vista, has a chance on a winnable first-round game. And you got Montebello, who's had a terrific season. I think this is a great local game that I think has the ability to be real close. I bet if these teams played in the non-league, it would have been a good game too. They're just very similar. But I'm going to go with Montebello. I think they're just a little bit better, and this is going to be a Thursday night game, so a lot of people will get to go watch it. Yeah. But I just don't think, I've watched these teams in Valley Vista. Northview and San Dimas were the class of that league. Baldwin Park had the big upset. I think Covina, they hit their ceiling last week. That was a big overtime win. I don't think they're going to get past Montebello this week.
See, I like what I saw out of the Valley Vista League this year, and I do think that Covina will have the edge in terms of athletes. Okay, but Montebello is allowing 6 points a game on defense. They've done a great job putting the clamps on teams. I saw Montebello play against Sure, and I think that if Sure could give Montebello a little bit of a push before Montebello ran away with it late, then I think Covina could definitely do the same thing. Covina's playing well at the right time of year. This game, again, close. I see this game as being pretty close. But I'm going to pick Montebello to come out with a
We
win.
both got Montebello.
Just make enough plays on defense to get
Yeah.
the job done. Listen, the common theme here in any of these 5 games that we talked about or any of the other ones going on is that you need to be out there because this is the second round. Anything can and will happen. These games may just be tight. You may see a classic. And that's the whole point of everything. You may see an upset.
Yeah, and this is what it's all about. You win on Friday. You get
And
to
you're
practice
in the
on Thanksgiving. You get to
semis.
practice on
Yes,
Thanksgiving,
that's huge.
which is every team's
Right.
goal is to have that Thanksgiving practice. So you punch your ticket if you win on Friday.
All right, round 2, everybody. Enjoy it.